This is episode 60, The Exciting Weekend. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of SLP's Wine and Cheese. I'm Maria.
I'm Deb.
And here's our podcast.
I think it's for the realistic SLP.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Maybe we need a new tagline.
Yeah, what? But isn't that like a classic? Isn't that like something that stays, you know?
Okay.
Like Story Grammar. Story Grammar's a classic.
Yeah, Story Grammar's going to maintain.
That's right. It's here to stay. Just like AAC.
Right, which we are going to talk about soon.
Yes.
My new experiences with AAC and the way I'm learning and navigating it.
We're all learning and navigating it.
Right. Yeah. And I also feel like, we don't have to jump into it now.
I didn't want to either.
No.
Yeah. I just wanted to make that like a simple statement, but you took it and you ran.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this and drink it.
What is it?
That's what this is. This is a wine that we received, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
From
thank
who?
you. The Grenachista. 2018. It's you guessed it, a Grenache. I guess we're just really attracting a lot of Grenache grapes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Grenache Rose, and it's from Sonoma Valley, which I'll have you know is in California. Have you been to California?
Only LA.
Oh, okay.
I went to Ash in LA, and I've been to LA twice for comedy stuff. But I want to go to San Francisco. That would be fun. And I also want to go to San Diego.
I want to go to Napa Valley.
I know some people getting married there
Ooh,
soon.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to read about this wine. So it's from Sonoma Valley, 2018. And who actually is a Grenachista.
Are you singing over there?
I know. I'm like, who? Who? No, it's who is a person, right?
Uh-huh.
So who is a Grenachista? It's someone fighting for the cause of the Grenache grape because they believe it is the unsung hero of the wine world, used in many of the best wines but rarely getting the credit it deserves. Synonym for someone who believes in supporting the underdog. So do you feel like we are Grenachistas?
I think so, because we have had, like you mentioned, a significant amount of Grenache grape wine.
We have, and I feel like we are now Grenachistas. Or Grenachistas. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, really. Like I ever don't, really. But I really like this one. It's very light. And when we added it with the feta, I felt like the feta, as always, is very intensely salty flavored. Mm-hmm. And then the smooth, nice, pale rosé wine really complements it. It's like a spike in your taste buds with the feta and the saltiness. Mm-hmm. And then like a nice cooling it down.
Yeah, I'm just doing it right now.
Yeah, just like
I just had some feta. Now I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to watch you. I'm just going to, observe your swallow there.
Is it timely?
It was timely. It was timely. And let me see if you have anything left in there.
I feel like I have cheese in my teeth.
You do, actually. Yeah.
I taste it.
Do you want people to tell you when you have stuff in your teeth?
Yeah, do I have stuff in my teeth?
No, just wondering.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good to hear it, but also it doesn't feel good to look in the mirror knowing you 8 hours ago.
Yes.
So no matter what, it's just, you know what? You are not, I feel like this is something that I always tell Mike and every one of my friends, like, you are not worthy, but like, I don't know the word I want to say, but like, you're not going to get through life without being humiliated.
Okay.
Like, you are not going to avoid that. You're not above it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, you're going to look dumb.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's it.
And you got to accept that. Like, don't be so egotistical that you think you, of all people, nothing is ever going to happen to you.
Exactly. I think the sooner you know that and accept that, the less pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you're doing yourself a favor.
And I think everyone needs to just get all that pressure off themselves all the time. I get so many Instagram messages from people in distress. I see lots of people on the internet writing like stressful things. And you know what? You need to surrender to that which is outside of your control. broccoli always gets in my teeth, so it is very likely.
Yeah.
I could have some there.
Poppy seeds is what does it for me.
Oh, yeah, poppy seeds, too. But I can't turn down everything bagel.
I know, neither can I.
Why am I going to have any other bagel?
I don't
that
know.
one has everything.
You wouldn't. Exactly. Especially if you get whole wheat. Then you're healthy.
Yeah, whole wheat everything.
Less guilty.
I like multigrain everything.
I like that, too. But then it's like, I don't want to be that healthy, or else I wouldn't be having a bagel right now. You know?
I'm past cream cheese.
You're past it? Is this what 30 looks like?
I think, yeah. I mean, what's the point? Why are we eating cream cheese? What is it? What is just slapping on, like, just fat?
Unless it's in a sushi roll, though.
Oh, that's a teeny bit.
Yeah.
But, like, a giant bagel.
I know.
If I do, it has to have, like, salmon on it and stuff.
Lox.
Yeah. But I'm an egg bagel gal these days.
Of course.
Strictly.
Same here.
Or avocado.
Which is what I ate on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I had a lovely breakfast on Sunday. I was nice and early.
Right, yes.
And me and Deb met at the park. We met at Prospect Park. That was only my second time at that park.
Uh-huh.
I'm really learning the Brooklyn neighborhoods. I'm really getting into the Brooklyn
Do you have
zone.
a favorite Brooklyn neighborhood?
No. I like Dumbo, actually. Just the parking is terrible.
Yeah, that's awful
like,
there.
Yeah.
It looks nice, though.
It's
There's
pretty.
an Equinox.
Okay, I'm not going to go there
I
to
like
work out,
Equinox.
but I'm going to go there for the views.
Mm-hmm.
But, so on Sunday, Deb and I met up in the park. We relaxed. We recorded an episode. Two episodes.
Yep.
I stand corrected.
Two Patreon
episodes, which could be heard on our Patreon.
Every Monday.
Starting next Monday.
Yes.
Because I missed yesterday.
That's okay.
That it really is.
You know, it just alleviate that pressure. It's fine.
I didn't have any pressure to begin with. I had other things to tend to.
Right. Yes.
Yes. That's okay. And we are going to release that, and then there's going to be a link in these show notes, and that you could just hopefully the link works where you could just click on it.
I believe it will.
I believe it will too. We won't stop until it does.
Right.
Yeah, so we talked about one episode, just a little spoiler alert about one episode was all about pretty much believing in yourself.
Yeah.
So do you believe in yourself that you're approaching AAC in a good way, or do you feel like because
I feel like I'm coming from an advantageous place where I have exposure to lots of people who are familiar with AAC.
Right.
Throughout this podcast, several people have come on and talked about it.
Yes.
I follow people on Instagram and I watch them.
Yes.
And now firsthand, I am doing it from my perspective. Do I think I'm doing everything excellent and perfect and like protocol? Likely no.
Who is though?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yes, I don't know either.
People who are miserable. But I am trying my best, and my goal for this child is because he is pretty good at the AAC, so it's not like I'm truly teaching him how to use it. Right now I'm working on expanding utterances instead of him just kind of labeling things. I just want him to like use full sentences since he's so fluent in it. And I want to increase his reading level on the F&P testing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on answering the F&P questions we're on level D right now.
Okay. Since I have a couple more kids with AAC, I would, my advice to you would be to, if you can somehow find a resource to have like a checklist to see what skills he can do on the AAC. Like, is it just requesting? He could probably do more. And then like, can he request for like, what is it? Attribute plus an object. Can he request for like red Play-Doh? Can he request for like
he could do that.
So
we do that with Lego so far.
There
like
we go.
Yeah, so I'll ask him like which one does he want? Like pick a color and an amount.
Right. So within requesting alone, there's so much to work on.
Right.
But you want to get them past requesting always.
Right.
And I actually said this today at work. We're trying to get past requesting and labeling. What about like commenting? What about how he's using it in the classroom?
So what
There's
would you do about
so many things to look at.
I want him to do it more in the classroom, but he does like to comment, and he comments a lot verbally. There are approximations and a lot of final consonant deletion. He loves to say, like, he loves to watch like Coraline and Piglet and stuff, and they're always like, every cartoon has someone in danger. So he loves to be like, you okay? You okay, Piglet? You okay? So he always says that, and he's always like, look, and then he's like,
that's
scary,
good.
and he went away. So he can comment verbally. So I'm like, should I try to make him comment more on the AAC, or should I try to make him like expand it verbally since he's already doing it in that capacity?
Yes. So I would definitely try to, in that moment where he's like, look, Coraline, I would, if it's like, look, Coraline, and no one really understands what he just said, I would like work on it that way with like, oh, you know, tongue up. So articulation, because I was reading it somewhere. I don't remember of all the places. It's somewhere in my brain that like, you don't want to be like, no, stop, say it on the device.
Right. Yeah. That I don't want to do.
Yes. Don't do that.
No, I just repeat it and expand it. And then sometimes I'll tap it on the device.
Yeah. You could definitely model it. And then you could also, so like in the moment, definitely like correct it in terms of like speech. Like, oh, you say look. Oh, you said look, Coraline. Let's practice that word one more time. And maybe you want to work on like the refinement of the sounds. And then you could show him how to like even access it on his device. Like, look, it's Coraline. Maybe like something like that. Or maybe does he do that with a peer if he has like a group? Or maybe you could work on that in the classroom. So, like, set up the situations that he could, like, have that opportunity to use that with a peer and then continue it that way.
Like the turn and talk and stuff. I need a page or something like you were mentioning off air. How
off air. That's a new term. That meant before we were recording to people who are like, what?
That I should like not add so many fringe words because I'm really like taking information from the current article. Like I have a file on Proloquo that's just like ELA and another one that's just close reading, which is like their reading class. So whatever they're reading that week, like I just start putting stuff in there so that like, because I'm just making him answer the way everyone else is expected to.
Totally get that, and I've done that before, and then I went to a PD.
Right.
And then the more and more I've been learning about it, you're technically, quote-unquote, not, whatever, in air quotes here, not supposed to do that, that you're supposed to stick with the core words and then, like, print out a separate paper, like, on a piece of paper for the fringe words.
I don't even know what the story is until I get there.
Hopefully the teacher, maybe Right.
No.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Because, I mean, like, I don't know. I can try harder. I can,
no,
but, like.
I think you're doing great. If anything, you're doing more work by adding programming with all these fringe
I got
words.
real quick at it.
Okay. Yeah.
At first, I was not so organized, and it was like, now I'm making this Proloquo, like, too disorganized. Like, there's too much on one page. So then I just made it by class and then by story. So, like, each week it's been one story.
Because what happens is, because I've had a student like this that I was just programming it like crazy, and then he would go home and program it even more like crazy. So every day there was like 10 million new files and new things. It was just getting crazy.
Right, yeah,
so then we got him another whole device, and you weren't able to program it at all. And it's whatever's on here is on here, and then you eventually teach them how to type. So that's what we eventually led him to typing.
We're working on typing.
So that's maybe he could type.
How have you been working on typing?
Well, he graduated now, but he was with OT2, and then the I guess I could just say the app. It was LAMP Words for Life. So LAMP is like whatever's on there is on there. You can't add dolphin and tail and
because our story was about a baby dolphin that was stuck in a net, and then I know this is Maria's heart story. Yes. His tail was stuck in a net, and then like the veterinarian guy, marine biologist, rescued him and brought him to the marina, and then the tail actually fell off.
Ouch.
So then some guy made a prosthetic for Winter, the dolphin.
Beautiful.
And so then she learned how to swim with the prosthetic, and then people from all over the world came to see her. So we did it was nonfiction, so this was our first nonfiction. So instead of character, we said, who is it about? And it was about Winter the dolphin.
Dolphins can still be a character.
Right, but this was nonfiction, so they were trying to like make it so like not everything has a character, you know?
Right. But it does, the dolphin, you know?
Right. But they did it more so like the topic, like the story is about a dolphin.
I see.
It's an article, it's not a story.
Okay. I thought character is technically anyone with a face. Like a tree in the story with a face could still be.
I'm sure. But it was a nonfiction article.
All right. That's good,
and then the problem was that she got hurt And then the solution was that prosthetic, and the lesson learned was that she was an inspiration, and people came to see her all over. So that's what everyone else in the class had to answer. So that's what I wanted him to answer.
I totally get that. I'm not saying, and I've done a lot of this stuff, and I'm still learning. And we're always learning about AAC, and there's always like new research, new devices, new apps. Like everything's new, always constantly evolving.
Right.
But in terms of like that app, like ProLoco or whatever, we'll just say ProLoco. It's a great app, not knocking it. But when you keep adding those fringe words, apparently you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to stick with the core words, because eventually, like that student that got so good at accessing all, then he started adding his own buttons, and then he was hiding my buttons. It was getting crazy. It was like just crazy editing and adding buttons.
Right, yeah.
So then we brought in like a team, a whole eval, and they just got him a lamp, words for life, where this is what you're stuck with. These are the words. Not stuck with, but these are all your words here. We're not adding anything. So when the teacher's like, oh, can you add dolphin and prosthetic and imagination? Like, nope, it's here, and we'll add other whatever's on there.
So they type in.
They type it.
We've been practicing typing.
Fringe board.
Yeah, like
it could be like, look, and then they could type maybe imagination, and then I liked it, or something like that. I don't know, like using core words to retell the story plus fringe.
Right.
I know.
We'll see. I'll take a professional development on it so I can learn
I want to
better.
learn more too. I want to take one on LAMP.
Right.
So
that'd be good.
It's crazy.
I've been working on typing by I got cardstock, and I just made a bunch of squares of each letter. So then I spell the word out, and then I have him type it. And
ProLoco might have a keyboard though.
No, he does.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's like I might write like frog, FROG, and then I'm like a picture of a frog. So I'm like, you write frog, and then he writes it.
Nice
on the keyboard. Because it's like, what am I supposed to tell him to type?
I know.
So we've been doing animals, because there's a book that has all these characters.
Animals. I figured it was based off a book.
Yeah, I've been using books because that's what Emily Diaz said to do. So that's what I was doing.
Books are great, and you're aligning it with whatever he's learning in school. So and that way he could hopefully use it in the classroom.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, that is the goal. And the other goal attached to that is at home.
Right.
Yes. So that's that. So anyway, talked about believing in yourself. Check. Then also on our second episode, which is going to be on Patreon, we talked about the Enneagram test. Am I pronouncing that the right way?
Oh, I don't know.
Enneagram test. And that pretty much is a big, long, but not too long, personality quiz where you can see what type of person you are. And there's apparently 8 different types.
Like your personality type?
Yeah, there's 8 different types. And I think it's very interesting to know what you're like, so you can be more aware of your decisions, and really think about like when you're making decisions, or when you're thinking, you have different thought processes. Think about like, where is this coming from? Is this coming from my best person?
Right.
My best place,
Yeah.
So then,
what type are you gonna say? What type you are, or
I'm gonna say
you save it for the?
I'll save it.
Save it. So you can find out which types we are on our Patreon episode if you're interested in that.
Exactly. Okay, so that was our day. Then we walked away, right? You had to go.
Yes, I was rushing to the city to go meet with Mike. Well, I was rushing home because I was supposed to go to the city to meet with him. But then what did you do?
I wasn't rushing because I was like, I have time today. It was a nice afternoon on Sunday. And I'm like, whenever am I in Prospect Park? Really, only one time previously to that. So I started walking around, and I like had my headphones in, and then I'm like listening to some fun dance music, and I'm dancing around. And in my head, I was like, I really need to dance more. And we talked about this, how you, on our Patreon episode, how you want to work on playing the guitar more, because that's just your creative outlet, and how I'm not as motivated as Deb is, not nearly as motivated as Deb is to learn an instrument, but I'm really motivated to keep my dance.
Right, to keep up with dancing.
Yeah, keep it up, because I love it. So then I decided to take my own advice. So I started dancing around in the park. It felt a little bit like weird, but I'm like, oh, who cares?
You were dancing by yourself?
Yeah, I was dancing by myself. My headphones in, and I was dancing. And people were walking by, and I'm like, they don't know. Maybe I'm like practicing for like a show that I need to practice my dance moves in the park. So then I took my headphones out for something and I heard music and I was like, what's that? So I like start following the music and guess what? I stumble upon this crazy dance party. So I was like, wow, that's like what joy brings you, you know, when you like do things that bring you joy, it just like attracts more and more things, I think.
Yeah.
So there was this like crazy dance party and everyone's just like dancing around and just like dancing in the woods, in the park. And it was like such like a free spirited event. And then I saw these two women, which I'll release that episode too on the Patreon, that video. And they were like doing this like jazz number, and then there was this lady next to me and I'm like, what is this dance that they're doing? It looked like an African jazz style, so I'm like, oh, this is really like they know what they're doing. I could tell they have like technique. And she's like, oh no, it's called spiritual dance. And I'm like, what's that? And she's like, you just dance how you feel. I'm like, I always dance how I feel. What do you mean?
So you're just a pro.
Yeah. So then one of the ladies dancing, she like, when they're done dancing in the middle, she like taps her and she's like, oh, she wants to dance next too. And I was like, oh my God. So she like put me in the middle of the circle and she like made me take my phone down, like, cause I had my phone in my hand and my keys. She made me put my phone down. I took my glasses out and then I just like had like an out of body experience. So I just like danced my heart out. Like I did like a leap. I did the wheel pose of yoga. I was just like twirling. I was just like dancing in the moment. I just like loved it. And then people like clapped for me and the lady like hugged me.
Wow.
And I have her phone number and she's actually, I was like, are you a dance teacher? And she's like, I'm a kids dance teacher. And she's like, one of my visions for 2020 is to teach adults. And I was like, you should. If you teach like a class, I want to take it. So I have her number, and now I'm going to see what happens.
What an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it was so great. And I just like had such a great time, and I'll post pictures of me dancing like a wild person.
Pictures are great that I saw.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, and then there was a professional photographer there. Right. I remember at one point.
How did he get your number?
I just gave her our Instagram.
Oh.
I was like on the floor, and then I just look over, and I see like a huge lens in my face. I'm like, all right, this is clearly being photographed. And then I found him, and I'm like, do you have pictures of me? He's like, yeah, I should have some. And he sent me like 8 pictures. So
wow.
I'm very happy. I had a great day.
That's wonderful. That sounds so exciting. You know what it sounds like you need is the Danciest Dancer SLP Award.
I do.
You do. You need that. Our friend Eric Raj, he just started a new e-commerce store where he's got all these different SLP awards, and we should just suggest that he makes the Danciest SLP Award, and then you can go get one at slpawards.us. He sent me a couple. I have the most caffeinated SLP Award.
I like that one.
The nerdiest SLP Award, and I think the most awesomest SLP Award. But there's lots of choices, and also don't think that there aren't any choices for SLPAs because there's lots to choose from there. There's the most awesomest future SLP Award.
I like
as well. So yeah, everyone should go check it out. It's slpawards.us. And go reward yourself and one of your coworkers.
That's cute.
Like we were mentioning earlier, like everyone feels lots of pressure and like sometimes there's some self-doubt, even though get rid of that. And maybe you can send somebody an award to just perk up their day.
Oh, I love that.
Eric Raj has great ideas.
Thanks, Eric. Great ideas.
Yeah, so going back to the exciting weekends.
Yes, my weekend was exciting. I can't even talk. That's how exciting it was. But I think someone else here had an even more exciting weekend.
Yes, it was very exciting.
I'm gonna sip on this wine. Here I go while you talk now.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, I'm going to take a sip.
Exciting things. Take a sip. Smell it too, actually. Doesn't it smell good this
smells
one?
pretty good.
I wonder if I sound differently. My nose
a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this weekend, I guess I'm just gonna jump the gun. Mike and I got engaged,
Woo-hoo!
So it's very exciting. I mean, if anyone follows me on Instagram or even this podcast on Instagram, you already know. And so we had plans to go see Wicked already, and for a couple weeks he's been saying he wanted to go to this taco place in the city, which is like in Chelsea.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, but like there's also the same taco place in Fort Greene. So why do we have to go to Chelsea to go to this taco place?
Brooklyn, Fort Greene?
Yeah.
Look at me nailing it.
Figuring it all out.
Wow.
You're a Brooklyn pro. Yeah, so he's like, let's go to Tacombe or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know why we have to leave Brooklyn to do that, but fine. Right. So I was open to it. He wanted to go there before we went to go see Wicked. Right. And so I'm with Maria in Prospect Park.
And I was wondering if he was going to propose that day because you're like, I got to go. Mike. I remember you distinctly saying, Mike wants me home at 3 o'clock. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, because,
he wants her home.
Right.
He never really uses those words with
No.
you.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I didn't have zero clue. Like, I thought, but I've been living on the edge of my seat for like a good 2 months. Like, every time we do anything, I'm like, am I going to get proposed to? But this day, I did take a little bit longer because after I left you, I got a blowout really quick at one of the hair salons.
Yes.
So, and I'm glad I did because, you know, you don't want to look like a wreck.
Right.
When you're getting proposed to.
No.
There's lots of pictures involved. So, yeah. So, I got my hair done really quick and then I was rushing home. And then he calls me and he's like, you're taking a little bit and I didn't want to bother you. So I'm just going to head into the city and you can just meet me there. I'll get the table. I'm just worried about having time to get food. And I'm like, why? Yeah. Don't go in without me. And I got so cranky.
Right.
So then I like come home. I get ready really quick. I walk all the way to the subway. I get on the train. It takes a while. And then, so he's like, meet me in Madison Square Park. And
not Washington Square
No,
Park?
I said the wrong thing last time. Madison Square Park.
So you lied. Got it.
Like, yes, accidentally.
I was going to say, why would you meet Washington Square Park if you have to be like by 42nd Street? But
right.
Got it.
But so I met him at like 25th and 5th. And as I was walking in, I just saw him like sitting on a bench and he had like a sandwich bag. Mm-hmm. And they were these banh mi sandwiches. Do you know what they are?
No.
They're Vietnamese sandwiches. They're pretty popular. But this is a place that sells them. Okay. So he had those in a bag. And there's a whole backstory to why he had these sandwiches, which it's like a longer story I don't want to get into. But
got it.
Basically, we had a dispute over these sandwiches about 4 years ago, and it ended our relationship.
Got it.
So we broke up for I think we broke up for 2 months.
Really? I didn't know you guys broke up before.
Yeah, like 4 years ago. But then we were both on a comedy show together, and then and then he left his debit card there, and I was still there, so I held on to his debit card, and then we kept trying to meet up, and so I can give it back, and we didn't for a while. So then the day that I did meet up with him, we went out, and then we were together ever since after that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was the sandwich that ended our relationship.
Right.
So he got those sandwiches, and then when I opened the bag, there was like a box inside. So I was like, oh my goodness, because I was so mad. So it was like a roller coaster of emotions. And then he kept being like, well, that's the only way to surprise anyone is to like make them really mad so they don't see it coming. And I really was like, Mike. I'm like rarely cranky, but I was so cranky. But yeah, and then I opened it, and the ring is very beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's not even anything like I pictured or screenshotted, but I'm very happy with it, and I just stare at it all day. It's very fun.
Good.
I like being engaged.
Good. Cheers to Deb and Mike.
Thank you.
Clink, clink.
Yeah.
And we got some rosé.
But other than that, I don't feel very different because, like, we have already been together for a long time and we live together. But it is nice to have a ring.
Yes.
I'll tell you, if you're in a bad mood and someone hands you a diamond ring, it goes away real quick.
Good. Note taken.
Yeah.
Diamond rings, great mood.
Yes.
Mood enhancer.
They are mood enhancers.
Check.
Yeah.
Sure, it's research driven.
And they're extra shiny in the car when you're driving, so it's very distracting.
Yes,
you're
I've heard that.
Drive or stare, I don't know.
Right.
It's hard.
Definitely drive.
Yeah.
I would drive.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
That was my exciting weekend. Then we went to go see Wicked.
Nice.
Which was fun.
Totally recommend seeing Wicked. That's one of my favorite Broadway shows.
It's good, except it doesn't make sense that they made that guy the Scarecrow.
Why?
Because the Wicked Witch tried to kill the Scarecrow in their first interaction in The Real Wizard of Oz. She's like, hey, Scarecrow, want to play ball? And, like, throws a fireball at him, tries to set him on fire.
Yes.
But, like, according to the storyline of Wicked, she, like, just loved him and made him a scarecrow so that he couldn't get hurt. So that's not aligned. But other than that, it was good.
Okay, good point. Yeah, you got me there.
Another thing I didn't like, which is a little bit controversial.
Okay.
So for the first time, which is wonderful, Glinda is played by an African American.
Yes.
And I thought she was fabulous, but I hated that they kept her blonde.
Okay. Why?
Because only white people are blonde, or like, you know, like just like she is African American, like let her be African American. Like why
make her hair blonde?
Why make her blonde?
Is it implying blondes are prettier? What the hell?
No, and Glinda had like red hair, I think, in Wizard of Oz, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
yes, I see your point.
Yeah, so I just felt like it wasn't like the best move, but I thought she was wonderful.
Right. I don't know. Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe to make her costume
I think
look
they just,
brighter.
No, they just, well, they kept it the same. There's like 2 blonde jokes.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
But, you know, she's not Elle Woods. She's Glinda.
Right,
like, she can be... I wish she was more like when Whitney Houston played the fairy godmother in Cinderella. I wish, like, you know...
I briefly remember
Whitney was Whitney.
Right.
I would have liked Glinda be this woman.
Glinda.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I had a wonderful weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. No complaints here.
And now Mike wants to have a wedding for $8,000. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully that's possible.
I think anything is possible.
Impossible. That's from the Cinderella.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the wedding so much. I want to have a party, though.
Yeah, definitely have a party.
And in order to have enough people, though, you have to have enough food and alcohol, and that's what's super expensive.
Yes, it is.
But I never went to a wedding and liked the dinner. The dinner is always trash, I feel like. No, it's all about the cocktail hour and the hors d'oeuvres, but when the meal comes, no one eats it, and it's not that good.
Right. Okay. Solid point. Solid point.
You need to have a great cocktail hour, but the meal is usually garbage.
I wouldn't say garbage, but it's not up to par with the rest of the options. And I'm usually too full anyway.
Right.
I'm usually on the dance floor.
Exactly. Everybody is.
Danciest SLP.
Right. Yeah. You need that award. We'll have to write to Eric.
Yes, Eric. Make me that award, please.
Right.
So you're thinking of next year? This is going to be a long engagement. What is a long engagement? It's like a year?
I guess like 2 years is a long one, maybe.
So is yours a
long engagement? I think a year is standard. Okay. I don't know. We have to see how much a venue costs or where we're going to have it. I think the only thing that's expensive is the where and the what will you eat.
2 critical parts of the wedding.
Right.
Right.
But I'm not going to
like... Where are we all going?
Right.
What are we going to do when we get there?
But I'm not going to like have extravagant flowers or centerpieces or tablecloths, or I will have a photo booth and I will have a great photographer. And a lovely dress, but even that I won't spend more than like probably $2,000, but maybe like $1,000 hopefully.
Maybe
I don't know.
You have a tight budget.
I mean, but I don't see the point in spending more than that. But I'm sure if you did, listener, that's up to you and you loved your dress, and that's fine. But I just don't see myself doing that.
Have you been following a lot of accounts now on Instagram?
Yeah.
Because I was going to get you the Bride magazine, but I'm like, oh, she doesn't want to be
I would like to look at a magazine.
Okay, I dropped the ball.
It's faster access than Instagram, because Instagram doesn't have like dress after dress. I just want dress after dress so I could see.
Okay. I'll see you Saturday. We're going to go to the comedy show.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For everyone listening, if you're on Staten Island, Mike will be...
Yes, they are. We have some Staten Island listeners. Yes, we do.
That's right. He'll be at the Goat.
Yes, the Goat on Saturday night.
Is that where... was that Rhythm and Brews?
Yes.
Yeah? That's how long ago I lived on Staten Island.
Yes. It was Rhythm and... First it was... Then it became Fifth and Vine, which was a wine bar. And it didn't do well. It was on that show Bar Rescue. I don't know if anybody watches that.
That guy's insane.
I have no idea, but...
He screams a lot.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now it's the GOAT, greatest of all time. That's what it stands for.
Oh, nice.
That's what the GOAT stands for.
Sounds good.
I know. You're probably not the only one who didn't know that.
No idea.
So
I did see all the dots, so I knew it stood for something.
Right, all the dots you knew was, what's that word? An acronym?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Maybe,
Acronym?
whatever it is.
Okay.
But too much wine at this point.
Yeah, too much wine. So
and too much excitement. Did you feel like you had too much excitement for a Sunday?
I liked my excitement, though.
I loved mine, too, but I didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m. I was a zombie on Monday. Today, I was tired, too. I went to bed last night at like 8:30 or 9, but then I woke up at like 2 a.m. and my mind was just racing.
I fell asleep at a nice 11 p.m., 10:30 p.m.
That's good. I had too much excitement for a Sunday.
Yeah. Well, you got proposed to.
I know. It's nice. I'm not unhappy.
You know, you're like in your 30s when you're like, it was good. The party was in the daytime, and I made it home for a reasonable hour.
Right, yes.
Like, I was in bed by 10-ish, 10:30. I was very happy. Oh, and then I went to Coney Island to check out that. And I had Totono's pizza.
Oh, was the waitress mean to you?
Not that mean, but apparently she's really old. She's like in her 80s.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been there.
She's really old. She's in her 80s.
She didn't. So she looked like 70s when I went last time.
All right,
but
well,
I don't know.
It's been 10 years then.
I don't think so. But okay. What did she say to you?
Nothing really. Well, she told me I had to wait outside. So that was number one. I was like, hi, I'm here for 2 people. She's like, you wait outside. I was like, are you going to put my name down? She's like, we don't do that here. You just wait outside and we'll call you. So
yeah. One time Mike got a soda and she was like, who told you could get that?
Oh,
and then we were sitting down and then we raised our hand to order, I guess. And then she like had her flip phone and then she was like, hold on. And then she was like, what? She's like holding her flip phone.
No, she wasn't that mean to us. She just, whatever. She was just there. But the pizza was good.
Yeah.
White
pizza did you get?
And the margarita.
Oh,
Margarita
nice.
was way better. But I got to say, I'm really partial to Nunzio's on Staten Island.
Nunzio's you think is the best?
Yeah, I just had some again today. I've been having a lot of pizza lately.
I had a lot too. But definitely Joe and Pat's and Danino's.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan. There's nothing in your teeth. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're not a huge fan of either of those?
No.
I think they're the best pizza I've ever had.
I guess I'll have to try them again. I can't.
Maybe we'll go Saturday if I don't have other things that I have to do.
Yes, you have to see your family, right?
Yeah, but maybe they'll come to the show. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, anything else we want to discuss?
No, let's just have a conversation here while all of our listeners are listening.
Well, I'm excited that we did stuff for our Patreon.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. We don't know what's going on yet for Asha, so look out for that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to Asha. We don't know if we're having a booth and an event or just a booth or just an event or nothing or everything. We don't know.
We don't know.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And we have a couple interviews that we already did. We stocked them up this summer. They're getting ready to be released. So I'm going to keep those secret. I don't want to let you know what SLP celebs we have in the vault. But they'll be coming up.
I have some non-SLP interviews. So
fantastic!
Yes. Are there SLP celebs? Do you feel like that's a thing?
In
the SLP world, are there? Yeah, celebs?
It's like there's people who people know,
right?
They might recognize,
right? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we should get some teacher celebs on this website.
We could.
On this podcast.
We could. Everyone, if you have any suggestions, please write us in. Let us know what you want to hear.
Yes.
Check us out on Patreon. Like and review us on iTunes. And
leave us a review, too.
Yeah.
Tell us that you like us. Tell us that
we like to hear that.
You like Deb's new sparkling ring. Oh,
yes, please.
What shape is this?
This is a marquee diamond. It's over 100 years old, and it's from Italy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Or maybe it is 100 years old. I don't know if it's over 100 years old.
It looks almost like a diamond shape, and it has these baguettes on the side. And I think, is this white gold or titanium?
I think so. I don't know.
All right.
I don't ask questions.
Okay.
I answer them. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I will. I will marry you. Oh, but what I did do, a bunch was because it was so fun. It's very fun for someone to ask you to marry them.
Yes.
So I just kept like asking Mike to ask me again. I would like hand him the ring and then be like, can you just ask me one more time?
It's like speech therapy. I'm like, wait, ask me again. Ask me again with a rising intonation.
No, I just liked hearing it again and again, though.
Okay.
I didn't need it better or more perfect. And then, so then he proposed again to me in front of Chicago, the Broadway play, because that's where he first kissed me, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you had multiple proposals on Sunday.
Yeah, he asked me in the cab.
Wow. Before or after you forgot your phone in the cab?
That was like the cab ride that I left it in.
Got it. Could see how that could be distracting.
Yeah, I was distracted. I was also like, I had a few cocktails.
Right. I feel like you didn't have to say that. I feel like people made inferences there. Like, you're a grown adult. You lost your phone in a cab.
Right.
Right.
But then also, I think I really lost my phone in the cab because on Broadway plays, they give you like these really good to-go cups. And I wanted to save those for iced coffee, but my purse felt very full, but it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was the cup
It was the cup, but not my phone.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he asked me during Wicked, too.
Oh, wow.
So lots of times.
Was it when Glenda was on? When you were distracted
remember.
by her blonde hair?
No, I think it was like, I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But yeah.
Was he annoyed that you kept asking him to ask?
He's a good team player.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Was he nervous?
He seemed a bit, yeah.
Aw.
But he did well.
He did it. You said yes.
Yes.
Check. Now you got a wedding to plan.
Right.
I am just going to sit here, drink my wine. But I would like to be Deb's assistant wedding planner. I think wedding planning is fun.
Yeah, you got it.
Especially that I don't have to pay for any of it.
Yeah.
So it's extra fun for me.
The only thing I'm like taking initiative with is to look at wedding dresses because I'm very excited to do that. But I'm really going to follow everyone else's lead for everything else because I don't have a major preference. And I'm sure Mike's mom has lots of ideas.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. But I'm open.
Okay.
It's going to be a local wedding, though. It's not far. I'm not doing anything far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget, though, it's your and Mike's day.
Yeah, but we don't care that much. We love each other. It's fine.
Okay.
We have, like, criteria. Like, we hope it's not just about dancing.
Oh, man. Just kidding.
I hate being in, like, a hall with neon lights and, like, loud old music or, like, new music that no old people like. I don't know.
I hear you.
So, like, that's not fun. Everyone's like screaming over each other if they want to talk, or they're sitting bored at the table if they don't love dancing.
Right.
So I definitely want like indoor, outdoor, maybe some lawn games, maybe like a cigar lounge or like just, something that's not like, but definitely a dance floor.
Definitely a dance floor. I will be there.
And a photo booth. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I just want to get a pizza guy.
A pizza guy.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding where they had the outdoor truck. It was like the after party, and it was truck food, and they had White Castle and Domino's and
that
water.
sounds good.
Yeah, it was cool.
I would just like a pizza bar. Like you pick your sauce, your toppings, it goes in the oven, and that's your dinner.
Oh, that's so cool.
We'll see.
Listen, keep it casual if that's what your
If
heart
anyone
desires.
has any wedding hacks, please reach out to me.
Yes.
And on that note, this has been... an
exciting
episode of SLP's Wine and Cheese. I'm Deb.
And I'm Maria. And Deb's engaged.
Woo!
And
Yay.
Mike. Deb's engaged
to Mike. Yes.
Recine. So if you want to see them happy in their bliss on Saturday and come visit me too.
Yeah, at the Goat on Staten Island.
Yeah.
That's, what's the date on that?
That would be this, this episode is releasing tonight. So hopefully... it's the 14th.
Saturday the 14th at 8 o'clock, I think.
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Good night.